Controversial medical advice from the president. Are we repeating history or ignoring science? You won't believe what happened this week. President Donald Trump took center stage and once again offered sweeping and unproven medical suggestions about the causes of autism. If you thought the medical debates of his first term were behind us, think again. At a press conference alongside Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a well-known vaccine skeptic, Trump addressed pregnancy, childhood vaccinations, and autism. While neither holds a medical degree, both leaders spoke with authority, urging Americans to question widely accepted recommendations by major health organizations. Here's where it gets controversial. Trump directly advised pregnant women to avoid Tylenol, the world's most common form of acetaminophen, repeating this caution with increasing urgency despite decades of evidence and guidance from bodies such as the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, who have consistently considered acetaminophen safe during pregnancy. He even raised alarms about when to give painkillers to children, further muddying already difficult health decisions for parents. And this is the part most people miss. Trump, stopping short of rejecting all vaccines, nonetheless argued that essential childhood immunizations should be delayed, sometimes proposing to split combination shots or postpone the hepatitis B vaccine until a child is 12 years old. These remarks have reignited the heated, often emotional debate about vaccines and autism, even though exhaustive scientific studies show no credible connection between the two. He went as far as dramatically overstating the process of administering vaccines, painting a vivid and, according to experts, wildly inaccurate picture. You have a little child, a little fragile child, and you've got a vat of 80 different vaccines, 80 different blends, and they pump it in. Comments like these tap into parental anxieties, but are at odds with the facts. Combination vaccines efficiently protect children from multiple diseases with minimal injections, not a vat of substances. For anyone who watched the daily pandemic briefings during Trump's first term, Monday's event may have felt all too familiar. Back then, he famously floated the idea of injecting disinfectant to fight COVID-19, a suggestion widely criticized by health experts as dangerous and unfounded. This time, his tone was serious, making clear he believed these were sensible suggestions based on what he calls common sense. Even as he conceded, "I'm not making them from these doctors," referencing the larger body of medical experts who overwhelmingly disagree with his approach. Of course, many in the scientific and medical community were quick to condemn the remarks. Dr. Arthur Kaplan, a noted ethicist at New York University, called the event a saddest display of a lack of evidence, rumors, recycling old myths, lousy advice, outright lies, and dangerous advice ever witnessed by anyone in authority claiming to know anything about science. Strong words, but Kaplan represents a significant chorus of professionals alarmed by the spread of such misinformation. What's even more striking is Trump's claim that following his advice, like avoiding Tylenol during pregnancy, could only be good, with no downside. He suggested that mothers should simply tough it out instead of treating pain or fever. But this isn't a trivial recommendation. According to the Society for Maternal-Fetal Medicine, leaving fevers untreated early in pregnancy increases risks of miscarriage, preterm birth, and other complications. Pharmaceutical companies, including Tylenol's manufacturer Kenvue, have pushed back, emphasizing that the medicine remains safe based on all current evidence and that alternatives may carry greater risks. At several points, Trump asserted he had spoken to many doctors, but often relied on anecdotes and gut instinct rather than new research findings or updated statistics. Even the pronunciation of acetaminophen became an unscripted moment, underlining the lack of medical expertise on display. And this is the part that will definitely spark debate. Is public trust helped or harmed when leaders with no medical background offer advice that directly contradicts established scientific consensus? Should strong intuition and common sense outweigh decades of research, especially on complex medical matters? Or does this erode confidence in our doctors and scientists, putting public health at risk? What's your take? Are leaders right to challenge medical orthodoxy and encourage fresh thinking, or is this a dangerous step backward? Let us know in the comments whether you agree, disagree, or see it another way. The discussion is open, and your perspective matters.